I don't know what that is. I don't even want to. Ooh, could be a rat. I don't even know your name, sir. What's your name?
Eddie, Eduardo.
Who said this was a good idea? Bob the Canadian. Would he do this? No, he's probably smarter than that. English with Lucy. Has she ever spent the night under a bridge? There are a couple kids that are walking by throwing rocks. Oh, and there's a police car. No way. All right. Welcome back to another English lesson. In this English lesson, I will be sleeping under a bridge. And you may be wondering, why? Why teach English under a bridge overnight? Well, my answer is, if I taught in front of a whiteboard, that would be very boring. So we don't know what kind of crazy things are going to happen tonight, but I just got dropped off. Jamie just dropped me off, and I'm going to make my way under the bridge. Look at this. There's a nice fountain here. I think I've brought enough water, but if I get thirsty in the middle of the night, I can come down and get some water. Yeah, the bridge is right over here. I must look kind of foolish crossing the street. We'll go over what I have in my bag in just a minute. But as I cross the street, little scooter there, that looks like fun. As I cross the street, maybe I can go now. Never mind, I don't have to stop talking, but the bridge is right here. And we'll talk about what I have in my bag around my waist in just a second. All right, the crazy thing is there is a festival going on here. So lots of pedestrians walking around, and they're probably wondering, why is that guy talking to a camera? The first word I would like to teach you is sketchy. So where I need to go under this bridge, it is super sketchy. I was here yesterday making sure everything was okay, and I don't think it's okay. I have to cross over this little pole here. Probably call it a rail. And we'll get to the sketchy part. But, oh, not easy to do. But when I was here yesterday, I was not alone. And it rained a lot today. The sun is finally coming out, but it's about 6 o'clock. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. The dad shoes are going to help me get down these rocks, but they're rocks that kind of look like stairs. But when I came here yesterday, there were 3 guys. Maybe you saw it in a short I released, but it's definitely sketchy. When you think something might be wrong, something might be illegal, it's a little sketchy. So I'm a little worried as to what I will find down here. Hopefully nothing. But I need to watch out for these slippery rocks. If I do fall, I will probably get it on camera. I don't think I'll be sleeping much tonight. Cars will probably be constantly going over the bridge. I'm taking these very slow. I'm taking these stairs slowly because I don't want to get hurt. And I'm carrying a lot of stuff. I have a sweatshirt tied around my waist. We can talk about that. Waist. Oh boy. The dad's shoes did not fail me. Let's see. Oh, sunglasses just fell off my head. Hey, maybe we should talk about those sunglasses right now. They are the sponsor of today's video. These are Gooder sunglasses, not better, Gooder. So they don't have great English at Gooder, but they do have great sunglasses. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. Okay, looks like I got the bridge all to myself. And one of the first things I want to do is cook some dinner. Already I found something quite disturbing. I'm not going to get too close to that, but it looks like a container to dispose needles into, to throw away needles. There's a pair of jeans down here too. And I know we're losing sunlight. The sun is starting to go down. So let me get all situated. That's another way to say all organized. We'll cook some dinner. Whoa, more slippery rocks. We'll cook some dinner, talk about that, and then talk about how when it gets darker, I may go to the other side of the bridge because I think it's a little safer. All right, inside my backpack, I have this Walmart bag, and in here is what I will be eating tonight. All right, I put up a poll on my social medias. I said, do you want me to eat pad thai or do you want me to eat Indian korma? And guess what? Pad thai won, so that's what we're going to eat. First thing I need to do though is get out this thing. We would call this a canister. I believe it's butane, a canister of butane. And this is called a stove. Now I have my little canister and I have my stove. What I want to do is screw it on. And then I want to put it on a level surface. This looks like probably level. And then pour some water into here so I can start boiling it. I need to unscrew this cover and pour it into this cup. Should be about enough. This is drinking water too. We'll turn this on a little bit. Ooh. I hear it going. Let's put a flame to it. There we go. Maybe turn it down a little bit. We will put this cup on top of the water and hopefully in just a couple minutes we'll have it boiling. Please don't tip over. Okay, it looks like it's gonna be good. Now, let's get our packet of pad thai ready. Now the problem is that the granola, it went bad. There is a best by date on here in the United States. We say the month and then the day and then the year. So I'm recording this in August of 2023. This went bad back in February. So I'm not going to eat this, but luckily the other two, they don't go bad or they don't spoil. You can eat them, prepare them all the way up until 2025. What do the directions say? Tear this pouch open and remove the oxygen absorber and peanut pouch. Okay, well, let's open this. Not too hard. We can look inside. Those look like peanuts to me. So that must be the peanut pouch. That's the oxygen absorber. It absorbs oxygen, it takes oxygen out of the air. You want to see how I'm recording all that stuff? I'm putting this thing right in here. I'm wearing my hat backwards. We got boiling water, not burn myself. Can I do that? Hope so. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, that packet's hot, but this canister right here is super cold. I brought a wool hat for when it gets cold tonight. I'm gonna use that as a pot holder. Ooh, might have burnt my finger a little bit there. So the directions say to seal this up, another English phrasal verb, and we'll wait 20 minutes. This actually, it doesn't look good. It doesn't even smell that good. With my meal cooking and the train going by, I'm not sure, can you hear the horn? Before it gets too dark, let's look at the surroundings here. It's pretty grim, to be honest. And I'm gonna be really nervous when this gets dark down here. This is the part where those guys came to yesterday. I don't know. I have no idea what was going on over there. Doesn't look like there's anything there. I don't want to get too close, but helicopter is flying over. I hope they're not looking down at me because I probably look pretty silly. The river is over here, but there is a little pool, I guess we'd call it. Ooh, stagnant. Do you know that word? Stagnant means not moving, and I would call this stagnant water. It's not moving. It must have come, ooh, somebody's phone case. It must have been when the river was higher and water got trapped here, and now it's just stagnant. But I think there is an animal living inside it. There's some ripples in the water all the way over there. Not sure if you can see it. Yeah, the river, this is called the Androscoggin River, and it divides two cities, Lewiston, Maine and Auburn, Maine. And I'm on the Lewiston side, but I'm thinking when it gets dark, I might cross over and hang out for the rest of the night at the Auburn side. But the river is flowing. The current looks like it's pretty strong. That's what we call when the water moves in a river, the current. I do have a sweatshirt tied around my waist, so let's talk about those two terms. Sweatshirt. You might wear it when it gets cold out. I will be wearing it later. But the waist is where your belt goes. It's kind of like at the top of your legs or the bottom of your stomach. That's your waist. Spelled differently from the trash type of waist. Let me know in the comments, would you stay under a bridge? Would you teach English under a bridge? Would you teach anything under a bridge overnight? I would be lying if I said I wasn't scared. Not exactly the nicest place I've spent the night, but maybe not the worst place. I'm gonna try to think of a worse place I spent the night. I'm not even kidding. As I was going to grab something out of my bag, ooh, almost tripped on the rocks. A little animal just scurried there. I don't know what that is. I don't even wanna, ooh, could be a rat, could be a mouse. Over my left shoulder, we might see that animal. Be on the lookout for him. But I'm going to grab my flashlights I bought this morning, just so I will have some light when it gets dark. Somebody in the Discord, I don't want to, I don't remember, was it Raddick? Maybe it was Raddick, maybe it was Williams, I can't remember, but somebody called these baby flashlights, like they were flashlights for kids. No, look at this, I don't even want to look at it, but these are super bright, and they were only $5 each, so I didn't think that was too bad. I bought two because they were kind of cheap. They might not last too long, but I think they will get me through tonight. He's just eating. Same thing I'm gonna do. He does a great job camouflaging himself. If something is camouflaged, that means you can't see it. Like in the woods, hunters will wear camouflage. That might be a groundhog, or it's a rat, I'm not sure. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Oh gosh, I think that's a massive, massive rat. He just crawled into a hole over there. Another thing I brought to eat with is this plastic fork in a plastic baggie. Call that a plastic baggie, or just a baggie. We got 4 minutes. I can't wait to eat and then get out of here, go on the other side, and it's already starting to get pretty dark. I have very low expectations for the meal I am about to eat. In other words, I don't think it's going to be very good. All right, we'll open this up and add the peanuts. I just tore it open with my teeth. My parents always said, don't do that, Brent. Should I tear things open with my teeth? All right, let's go. Peanuts are going in. We'll seal it back up. Give it a little shake, just to get the peanuts mixed in. I'll get my fork out here. And you can say dig in when you're about to eat, or maybe you have made somebody some dinner or breakfast and you want them to eat. If you want to sound like a native English speaker, you could probably say, hey, dig in. And you know how much I dislike eating food on camera. I'll give this a try. Hot. Not spicy, just hot, and not very good. But the peanuts make it a little crunchy. And who knows, maybe I can't enjoy this food. It's dropping off my fork. I'm shaking a little bit, because, can you see that? I'm shaking a little bit. Because I don't want any more rats to walk around me. Not good. Probably pretty filling. If a meal is filling, you are not going to be hungry after. I just blew on my food to cool it off. Yeah, that rat scared me enough, but now I'm looking up here. I wonder if that's a good place for bats to live. Please let me know in the comments if you are still watching. What would you rather have in your camping space? Would you rather have bats or rats? I think bats, because I don't think they would bother me. But now that I'm eating food here, I think the rats might really like it. All right, I'm packing up. I'm taking my stuff, and I don't know where I will go, but probably to the other side pretty soon. But there's a little park up here, and I think that's where I'm going to go because that rat is in that hole right there. I'm trying to point to it with my head. Yeah, no thank you. I am no longer under the bridge. I was just over there. Hey, beautiful sunset though. So I was just over there. I walked over here. I'm under a big plane, but there is a rainbow. There's the plane. So maybe this English lesson just turned into spending the night under a bridge and or a plane. So I will stay here a little while and then I will make my way across the bridge. Probably when it gets a little darker. I think that side is a little bit better. Fewer rats, I hope. There are some people taking pictures over here. I asked them if they wanted me to get out of the way and they said no, it's cool. So I don't know. Maybe they like military aircraft. Lots of that around. Well, there's only one piece of military aircraft here. That's the plane. But there is a tank and there is a Jeep. They weren't speaking English. Maybe I'll go over and talk to them. All right, I was just talking to a very nice gentleman. He is not from here. He is from the West Coast in Seattle, but I'd like to learn a little bit more about him. So let me get you in the camera here. So I don't even know your name, sir. What's your name?
Eddie, Eduardo.
Eddie, and where do you live?
Seattle, Washington.
Okay, and how long have you been here?
Like a week, just.
Oh, so you just got here. So, and how long will you be here for?
Maybe 3 months.
Okay, so you might experience a little bit of winter here?
Not yet.
How about in 3 months, maybe it will start snowing here? How are you going to feel about that?
Gonna be cool. I've been in the snow.
Okay.
Yeah.
No big deal?
No big deal.
So I asked him off camera. I know his answer. It hurt me a little bit, but which is better, the East Coast or the West Coast?
I'll say West Coast. West Coast. The views, you can change it. It's like.
So the views are the best part
Yes.
about. Okay.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. East Coast is nice and everything, but West Coast is totally different.
Thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Oh man, what a nice guy. And you got to hear someone with a different accent from mine. Eddie also said that he spoke Spanish. That was fun. Now it's back to me just sitting under an airplane. I'm not going to bore you with that. I will turn on the camera again when something cool happens. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I know you can't see me, but I don't really want to turn on a light and let everybody know that I'm here. I'm going to make my way across the bridge. I'm sure I look silly. I'm carrying a bag, a backpack, a chair, and I'm recording myself. How creepy do I feel walking through a park in the dark with a camera? Who said this was a good idea? Come on. Bob the Canadian. Would he do this? No, he's probably smarter than that. English with Lucy. Has she ever spent the night under a bridge? There's a challenge. If you watch their channel, say, hey, you should spend the night under a bridge. As an ambulance cruises by, All right, I'm walking kind of fast because I don't really want to be out on the street, but so you might hear some heavy breathing. Let's get across this bridge as quickly as possible. I'm sure some teenagers are going to yell at me as I walk across the bridge. Maybe not. I would probably do that though if I was a teenager driving by and some dude was carrying everything that I'm carrying. Hello. She was friendly. It's still not even like 9 o'clock at night, so the people who are out here probably should still be out here. Things might get a little crazy after midnight though. They usually do. Hello. I think that was one of my former students, to be honest. I'm not kidding. English teacher Mike, when are you gonna sleep under a bridge? Marwa, Miss English teacher, are you gonna sleep under a bridge and teach English? Janet from English Era, are you going to sleep under a bridge? It's a lot of fun, trust me. Well, like I said, hopefully it's better than learning English from a whiteboard. Yeah, so I'm gonna go right down there. You can't see it, sorry. I just need to figure out how I get down there. Now, I have a really bright light on my camera. You can see me, but guess what? So can everybody else, which I'm not a big fan of, but let's walk down the bridge to the bridge and see what's going on. Somebody else is walking here too, so that could be interesting. Oh, he's turning away from me. Wise man, wise. Okay. Oh, I think we go down this way here. Yeah, so this is the other side of the bridge that we will spend the rest of the night under. You and me. Are you still watching? Has it been boring so far? Hope not. Hope you're learning English and being somewhat entertained. Yeah, I mean, this light is so bright. Everybody going by in a car will be able to know that I'm down here. So it's really dark, but hopefully there are fewer rats. Oh, I did email a video of that rat to my brother, Jamie, my wife, and my friend Matt. They were mixed. They couldn't exactly agree. Some said, yeah, it could be a baby rat, maybe a baby beaver. Sounds like there's some water dripping down here. Okay, so at least we have benches with some graffiti. Who knows what that is? But like, how weird is that going to be? Anybody who walks by here in the dark, I'm just gonna be sitting there. I'll probably have to warn people like, hey, somebody's here, don't wanna scare you. All right, let me get settled. It's a good way to say, let me put my stuff down, get organized, and I'll be right back with you. Luckily, this chair is quite comfortable. So I'll sit here. I don't even know what time it is. I think it's a little after 9 o'clock. Nope, it's almost 9 o'clock. Time is moving really slowly for me. I will be here until at least 6. I don't think I will be sleeping. I don't think I want to sleep. Just because somebody could sneak up on me. You know that one? Sneak up, that means get close to you without knowing they are there. So I don't want anybody to sneak up on me. So I'll probably just sit in this chair for the next, 8, 9 hours? Should be fun. Well, guess what? When this bright light is in my face, I have no idea what is out there. Luckily nothing, but with this bright light, somebody could definitely sneak up on me. All right, I'm gonna try to check in every hour, on the hour. If I did it on the hour, it would be 9 o'clock exactly, but it's 9:04. So I just want you to know that I'm not cheating. I will be under this bridge. I'll check back in at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, So maybe nothing will happen. Maybe I'll get bored and at like 1 a.m. we'll go take a walk and see if we can find anybody. All right, 9 o'clock. See you at 10. Because I've done a few of these challenges before, I know I'm going to get the question, what did you do if you had to use the bathroom? So I'm going to kill two birds with one stone here, because we're also going to learn the term manhole. So if you need to know what I did if I had to go to the bathroom, I used a manhole. Manhole cover. Don't tell anyone, please. I think it might be illegal, but nobody saw me. Don't get me in trouble. All right, there's some people walking here and I just don't want to scare them. Like, just want to tell them like I'm doing an English lesson under here. I'm harmless. Hey, I'm harmless. I'm just doing like a YouTube video, so. All right. The bridge is just down there, but I'm in front of a bank now. A little more light up here, so at least if somebody walks by, I won't be completely in the dark and completely creepy, but I do feel a little bit like a homeless person. And in the United States, some people think homeless is a bad word, and so you might hear unhoused. So I do feel a little bit like an unhoused person, just on a bench, and everything's wet here. It rained most of the day, and I'm glad I have my chair. So I'll be sitting here and I will check in with you at 10 o'clock. I think it's working now. There are a couple kids that are walking by throwing rocks at signs. Oh, that should be interesting. Uh-oh, they're probably throwing rocks this way. Oh. A couple teenagers. I hear them banging on things. Oh, and there's a police car. Oh, interesting. No way. All right, let me shut the light off and we'll see. Those kids were chucking rocks. I do have it on video. Should I go over there and tell the officer, hey, listen, I have that on video? He might wonder, well, what do you do? What are you doing sitting there? I won't be that guy. But I don't think my microphone was on, but I was talking about Itchy Boots, a YouTube channel that I like. Uh-oh, he's calling them over. Let me shut my light off. We'll see what happens here. Oh, he's getting out of the car and talking to him. I wish, I'll use my iPhone. How about that? This was the sign they were throwing rocks at, I guess. Lots of rocks around here. Wow. So they're walking away. I think I captured that on my phone, but that was kind of crazy. You shouldn't throw rocks at road signs. I guess those bells are letting us know it's 10 o'clock. There is a hotel that way, and before anyone in the comments says, oh, I think Brent probably just got a room at the hotel and pretended, no, take a look. That room is like $300. I can't afford that. No, I'll be right here. Okay, it's almost 11 o'clock. I can't show you that because I'm using my phone, but there was a little bit of a commotion just now. A lot of vehicles with sirens went roaring by. It's another verb you can use when something's loud and fast. It went roaring by. And I don't know, I'll zoom in. I don't want to get too close, but it looks like a fire truck, police car, two police cars, fire truck and an ambulance, I think. 4 vehicles. Yeah, they're down there. I don't want to get too close. And I think that building right up there is a home for older folks. So maybe somebody had a medical emergency down there. If that's, ooh, another car is coming by. Wow, 5 emergency vehicles. It must be serious. And this is definitely past my bedtime. 11 o'clock. I'm usually in bed by 9 p.m. I could have used the term commotion. Do you know that term? Commotion. It's when there's a lot of activity and a lot of noise in some place. So maybe you are a parent and you hear a commotion in your child's room. You definitely want to go into their room and check it out just to make sure everything is okay. We have some bells ringing, and it looks like it's about 12 o'clock, right around 12 o'clock. A couple men are sitting on a bench on the other side of the bank where I've been hanging out. Not sure what they are doing, but I mean, I don't want to assume anything, but I don't think they have a house. But we're not going to interview them. I think you can see them on my phone. I took a long shot of them. I don't want to make them feel bad, and I don't want anybody to see their faces. I just want you to know that there are a couple gentlemen on a bench on the other side of the building. So, but I have to walk by them, so I'm gonna stop recording though. If they say anything to me, then I'll start recording again, but if not, I'm just gonna go back to my spot. And I left my cooking equipment and I hope it's okay. I need to go back there, but I'm tired. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, the next time you see me, I think I'll have on a sweatshirt. It's getting cold. Hello. It's 12:21, and quite a few people out and about, and you'll notice I'm now in a car. So right after I filmed that 12 o'clock update, I texted Jamie, my wife. I said, hey, are you still awake? She was. She's probably not sleeping too well tonight because I'm not home. She's probably a little worried about me. And I said, is our son awake? She said he was. I said, do you mind just bringing me the car? So they drove down here and left me my car. Just a lot of people walking around, and I felt really vulnerable not having a place to go. So I wasn't under the bridge. You saw where I was. Quite a few people walked by. Nobody said anything, but like I said, there are two people sitting on the bench over there. Another person was walking by. I just felt very vulnerable. Maybe we can talk about that word, vulnerable. And that means that you are not safe. You could be hurt. If you think of a turtle, they have a shell on top. But if they get flipped over on their back, so their belly is exposed, they're very vulnerable. They could be hurt. So I felt very vulnerable at almost 1 o'clock in the morning and with nowhere to go. So now I'm in a car. I'm safe. And if something bad happens, I'll have the doors locked. But yeah, sketchy turned into just a feeling I didn't like. So I'm not sleeping under the bridge overnight, but I probably won't get any sleep. I don't know. Maybe I will. But I just thought, for safety, I need a car, so I don't feel so vulnerable. See you at 1 o'clock. Well, hello there again. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. We're in the home stretch. Do you know that term? That means when you're almost at the end. Like, the hardest part is over. So I think we're in the home stretch here. Probably another 3 hours. Nothing's really happening. A couple people have walked by, but not as many as there was it around midnight, I think? Got a little weird, people walking by. So probably most people are sleeping now. So traffic has died down. Do you know that English phrasal verb, died down? It means at one time it was busy, but now it's not so busy. So yeah, nobody really on the streets. Let's try to cross the street actually. We'll go to the other side of the bridge. I think this camera might be a little bit better and low light than the GoPro. Uh-oh. It said I could walk, and then it said I couldn't walk, but I don't think it really matters, seeing there's absolutely nobody out on the road. Yeah, we're on the other side of the bridge, but it really doesn't matter because we can't see anything. Ooh, this is pretty. Not sure if the camera is picking that up, but it's a brew pub, which means they brew beer in these tanks. They brew beer there, but I mean, they're closed. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, but they've left those lights on. Very pretty. A couple cars there. All right, I will see you at 4 a.m. Well, what do you know? It's almost 4 o'clock. Hopefully the next time I check in with you, the sun will be just starting to come up. I don't know, I think so, right? Almost at 5 o'clock. But one thing happened over here at the hotel. I heard it. Somebody came out of the hotel rolling their luggage, and then they got into the car. So people are starting to wake up. The like really, really early birds are starting to wake up. So that's a good sign. When I'm not on camera, I'm actually quite tired. So it will be good to crawl into bed when I get home. But 2 more hours to go, I think. 2 more hours to go. And have I mentioned? I think there will be a surprise at 6 o'clock. Whoa, hey, there you go. Should be 4 chimes. 3, 4. All right, 4 o'clock. See you at 5. It is very nearly 5 o'clock. Right there. And the sun is coming up a little bit. I'm hoping the camera will pick that up. You see, oh yeah, you can kind of see it right behind me a little bit. And it's cold out. Hey Siri, what's the temperature? 58 degrees. It's pretty cold, I think, for the summer. See you at 6 o'clock. All right, the sun is definitely getting higher in the sky, and I was alone most of the night, but I'm not alone now. There are quite a few people gathering for some reason, but you don't know yet, right? I'm trying to keep that a secret. I'll let you know in just a second. And right down there is the part of the bridge that I spent the night in. Well, part of the night. The early part of the night was on that side, and then I filmed a few segments down here. But it was way too dark, so I came up there to those benches for a little while. That's where we saw those kids hitting that sign with rocks. Everything looks a little different in the daylight, doesn't it? Do you remember the sound of the rushing water? This is where I was. There's the water. Remember those lights from last night? The lights of the brew pub? Well, that's the surprise. There will be a bunch of hot air balloons in the sky in just a few minutes. And while we wait for that to happen, I must say, I am extremely exhausted. That is another way to say you are really tired. I did not sleep one wink last night. But guess what? When I get home, I will be going straight to bed. Just as soon as these hot air balloons get in the air, and it seems like it's taking forever. These balloons have got to go up at some point. It is 6:46. These balloons were supposed to go up at 6 o'clock. Some guy just yelled launch. That means they should take off. That's an English phrasal verb, but it is a balloon launch. Some little kid is crying. I'm just gonna put up some footage of balloons in the air. It's probably better than the balloons that are here. And I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, I'm not the only one leaving. I don't know what's going on. As I'm talking, there are probably some balloons going up right now. I'm sure they're beautiful, but my bed is calling my name. Yeah, people are leaving. I guess the ground is too wet or something, so they're not going up in the air, they're just blowing them up. What a bust. When something doesn't work out, you can call it a bust. All right, I'm going to bed. Yeah, still nothing. Good night. How many times have I said I'm going to bed? Quite a bit, right? Yeah, people are just getting in their cars and leaving. Good night. Thank you all for watching. If you're looking for more English lessons where I don't sleep, right up there is an English lesson I did at a cemetery.